the architecture of awareness. Before you continue watching this video, I want you to think about something honestly. What if the life you are living right now is not actually the life you chose? What if most of your routines, habits, thoughts, and even goals were quietly shaped by your environment long before you were old enough to question them? Because that is how most people live. Not intentionally, automatically. They wake up tired. They scroll without thinking. They delay the things that matter. They repeat the same weeks over and over. And after years pass, they wonder why nothing changed. This video is not about motivation. It is about awareness. Because the moment you become aware of the patterns controlling your life, you finally have the power to change them. And today, I want to show you the patterns that quietly keep millions of people stuck. The trap of unconscious repetition. Most people think their biggest problem is lack of motivation. It is not. The real problem is unconscious repetition. Human beings are creatures of routine. Your brain loves familiarity because familiarity feels safe. That means most of your day is not made of decisions. It is made of habits. The same morning, the same thoughts, the same distractions, the same excuses. And when those patterns repeat long enough, they become identity. You stop saying, "I am someone trying to improve," and slowly become, "This is just who I am." That is dangerous, because once a habit becomes identity, changing feels uncomfortable, even when the habit is hurting you. The attention economy. Let us talk about time. Every person says they want a better life. More money, better health, more freedom, more confidence. But look honestly at where your attention goes every day. Hours disappear into scrolling. Short videos. Endless entertainment. Content you barely remember the next morning. And the scary part is this: the apps are designed that way. Entire companies spend billions learning how to keep your attention for just a little longer. One more swipe. One more refresh. One more video. And slowly, without realizing it, your best mental energy gets consumed by things that build nothing. Not because you are lazy, because the system was built to capture human attention. The problem is not entertainment itself. The problem is when consumption replaces creation. When years pass and you realize you watched everybody else build their life while you delayed building your own. The invisible influence of environment. Another uncomfortable truth: the people around you influence you more than you think. Your standards, your discipline, your ambition, your beliefs. All of it is affected by your environment. If everyone around you accepts mediocrity, eventually mediocrity starts feeling normal. Not because your friends are bad people, most are not. But humans naturally adapt to the expectations of the people around them. That means if nobody in your environment pushes themselves, your brain slowly lowers its expectations too. This is why changing your life sometimes requires changing your environment. Not always by cutting people off, but by increasing exposure to better influences. Books, mentors, skilled people, disciplined people, creative people. Because what feels normal to you will eventually shape what feels possible. The prison of comfort. Growth is uncomfortable. There is no way around that. Every meaningful improvement requires temporary discomfort. Learning a skill, going to the gym, starting a business, speaking confidently, changing your habits. All of it feels difficult at first. But modern life trains people to avoid discomfort immediately. The moment boredom appears, we open our phone. The moment stress appears, we distract ourselves. The moment difficulty appears, we quit. And little by little, comfort becomes a prison. You stay in familiar routines not because they make you happy, but because they feel safe. And many people spend years protecting a comfort zone that is quietly ruining their future. Rebuilding your identity. Now here is the good news. Your current identity is not permanent. You are not trapped as the person you were yesterday. Most identities are built through repetition. And what repetition built, repetition can rebuild. A disciplined person is usually someone who practiced discipline long enough. A confident person is often someone who survived enough uncomfortable situations. A skilled person is someone who stayed consistent longer than others. Transformation is rarely dramatic. It is small decisions repeated daily. That is why your future is shaped less by giant moments, and more by ordinary hours. What you do tonight matters. What you do tomorrow morning matters. What you repeat every week matters. Because eventually, repetition becomes character. The path forward. If you truly want a different life, stop waiting for motivation. Start paying attention. Pay attention to where your time goes. Pay attention to the people influencing you. Pay attention to the habits shaping your identity. Pay attention to the distractions stealing your future quietly. Because awareness comes before change. And once you finally see the patterns controlling your life, you can stop living automatically. You can start choosing deliberately. Not perfectly. Not instantly. But intentionally. And that is where real change begins.